Hello and welcome to Oz Talk, a Win Dummies production. You hear that music, you know what time it is. Fun show tonight. We're going to have Kevin Neufeld on, talking a little KDGA kickoff and some KDGA information. Of course, we'll have my main dude, Ronaldo, in the house. What's up, Ronnie?
Yo, what's up, dude? Excited for this one. I haven't talked to this cat in a long time. I don't know if you've told him who's coming on, but
Nope, not yet. Go ahead, spill the beans.
The Wigro, Ben Wiggins.
Hey, wait a minute.
Win Biggins. Excited to talk to Ben. He's
Ben Wiggins, Whiffins,
whatever you want to call him. He's got a million of them, man.
That's right. So it'll be fun to catch up with Wiggins a little bit, see what kind of stories he wants to share. And dude, that is a snazzy looking hat.
Isn't it? It's not a bad looking shirt. A bunch of folks got these up in the since we're talking KDGA stuff at the first KDGA tournament up there in Camp Hawk. So I saw a bunch of people wearing these mints around and had to get me one.
Yeah, I really liked the way the hoodies came out. I thought those looked fantastic. So anyhow, it's time to pay some bills, I think, and bring in our main dude there, Kevin.
Let's do it.
Still no word from Wiggins, so hopefully he shows up.
I hope I didn't make empty promises.
There we go. Let's
hey, what's going on?
What's up, Kev?
Not much. Just glad to be here. How about you guys?
Oh yeah, I'm always glad. I'm trying to send Wiggins a message right now.
Right.
And
if you're here, that means the KDGA season is off and going, and where we've even had official tournaments, like real tournaments already. So why don't you start telling us about it?
Sure. Yeah. No, it's I mean, it's amazing how like you can get overwhelmed if you look at the whole year of tournaments, and all of a sudden you're like, damn, I'm planning my out into October, and the year can go fast. But we had Smitty's Camp Hawk was the first regular tournament last week or 2 weeks ago, maybe now already, almost week and a half. But that went well, I believe, and then had 40 some odd out of the 72 were KDGA members, so a lot of points there already. And then here's the upcoming next month. Got 2 this weekend. The Jonesy Memorial at Marquette, and Philip Campus one at Mulvane on Sunday, and then Smitty, you're hosting the team championships on 22nd. There, it's at Colwich, right?
No, it's at Herman.
Oh,
Hill.
at Herman Hill. Okay.
Yep, and we still have room for some teams. We had several people that played last year that we haven't seen yet this year.
Right.
So, yep, we will. We're ready to roll. So go on with it.
And then March 29th will no doubt be a windy day, at least in that part of Kansas, Park City. Nate Taylor there at the Park City Open, and then just over a month, or not quite a month away, is the DU Open there in Harrington. So,
man, pretty bummed I'm gonna miss DU, dude. I've come accustomed to holding the trophy up there over the last 3 or 4 or 5 years, and unfortunately, I'm going to be heading to Vegas later that week for my son's bachelor party, and don't want to miss 2 weekends in a row. So I'm not going to be able to make DU. So somebody's going to get a chance to. I'm going to let somebody win this year, I guess.
Somebody win. Somebody else hit the ace pot first throw out of the day.
Hey man, that was a good start to a good day.
Yes, it was.
Nothing like hoofing it up the hill to your first tee in a hurry, huh?
Yeah, man.
I'm excited. I think they've got. I don't know if they'll have all the tee pads done. Last year they had all the new baskets in, and then they've got about half the tee pads done, and hopefully maybe they'll have the rest of them done by then. So
I know they're planning a work day and and ready to roll. So we got DB in the house.
That's good.
What's up, DB?
Yeah. Just the slide that's up there. I wanted to recap the 2025 kickoff. This was the 3rd year we've done the regional kickoffs, and kind of just put up there I'm not going to read everything that's on there, but we had the 7 locations. I think just for one, you want to thank everybody that agreed to run one, because it does take a little effort, and from a little effort from a lot of people to put each one of them on, and it's appreciated that everybody does it. But I think everybody gets something out of it, where they can get we get the swag handed out. I put on there, we had 217 members after that weekend, and then we had 193 that signed up for a kickoff, which means we got 193, people stuffed to them, with the exception of the member pins. But we got most of the shirts and discs handed out. The only location we were short was there in Salina, and they had a big group.
Yeah,
A lot of them had signed up, and so appreciate, I don't know, Mason Smitty boxing that stuff up. I don't know if anybody else helped you that day, Smitty, but
No,
I know
just
that's
us.
a lot of work. And you guys, I mean, you could work at a clothing store as nice as you have those shirts folded into a box. So, and that's appreciated. And I know I would Bill Taylor and Nate Taylor kind of help mule things around. I think that's who did that for us, which is appreciated. And um, just thank everybody for signing up and attending one. So,
And we're gonna divvy out those pins this weekend. We decided you're gonna help me get those
yep,
out to the people they need to go to.
I
So we'll try to get them to
yep,
the kickoff event coordinators, and
right,
they can try to connect with all the people in their
yeah,
area to hook them up.
and I think the people that are still missing stuff would be people that didn't make it to one. Will kind of give us a little bit of time to get things regathered back, and I know we had some leftovers that should cover most of it.
Yeah, we are
And
gonna have to order some small shirts and some
yep,
big boy shirts
right,
because we didn't have enough of those to go around. So
okay. Well, and then I mean, yeah, I put that out on the right there. Every course got a little bit for you know, uh, donation, based off of what we talked about last time of new members that came, and it's about the same as last year in total, I think.
yep.
But that was all. And it, yeah, and I appreciate. I mean, everybody got everything squared away as far as what they owed to KDGA pretty quickly. So,
That is
um,
correct.
and it's nice you got some of the new guys like in Manhattan, Noah McConnell and Scott Heisey were, I think, new to the KDJ last year, and they stepped in and ran that event together there in Manhattan. And, uh, you know, it's, the Beatrice guys have ran that one 3 years in a row. And Tanner and Katie, did there in Hayes, and everybody else it's nice to have everybody help. So,
Yeah, it's a great way to break
yeah.
in new TDs.
Yeah. Um, this, kind of this, I don't know. I just put this up there. I know we've only had one regular tournament. We've had I don't even know how many food drives we had, but had the food drives and the kickoffs. I just thought I'd put this up there to, the points are updated on the website. If anybody sees something that they played something and I didn't get it, just hit me up. But I think I've got it correctly. But you got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys up there at the top that played 11 tournaments so far. So
that's a lot already.
yeah, everybody headed to. Everybody going for the points. And I like Noah McConnell from Manhattan there in MA50. I believe he's retired from the military, and you'd have to ask him for sure. But he works at Hy-Vee, and they donated him a ton of food for every one of the food drives. Like the tournaments where they gave out raffle tickets based off of what you brought. He had an itemized list at Abilene the other day, so Laughlin's wife didn't have to mess with it. So.
That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, there's been like only 16 people out of the members that haven't played anything yet so far, and about 3 tournaments a person on average.
Awesome.
Yeah. This was just a summary there of the 2025 points race. And like I said, I have everything updated after the last food drive this weekend there at Colwich, and just to kind of recap for people that didn't know or need a reminder, food drives are 10 points each. The kickoffs netted you 20 for coming. Other tournaments, such as doubles tournaments, that 1880 And then your Kansas team championship, if we'd have a birdie race or a 1-round fundraiser or 10 points. And then, a regular tournament is 1 point for playing and 1 point for every person you beat. And then it's a 20 member minimum. I think that's the right way to, there could be, if there was only 10 KDGA members, you'd get 11 points would be the least you'd get, to up to 20 for the best scoring one. So I would say there was the 2025 schedule. Craig Winters has been putting those on there as we've gotten requests. We've got most normal, most routine things. There's room for some yet. Kind of the rule of thumb was just at 90 miles between locations if we can. I put that on there. If any concern, reach out to Craig Winters. So appreciate Craig Winters for putting his name up there. So I don't know, just something we'll talk about in April or May, or like the last chance qualifiers that come up. And then, maybe June, July, we'll start that top 1/3 and regional leader updates and, gearing towards the end of the year points race. And I just thought, I'd put that out there. The KDGA's funds at $542. Nobody hit one at Camp Hawk. And I guess somebody did hit one, but they weren't even in the tournament ace fund, were they?
That's right. What an idiot.
And so, if you are a KDGA member, you have to pay into the tournament ace fund that day. So, just being a KDGA member doesn't entitle you to that. You have to be in the ace fund that day. So, there's quite a few gettable ones at Marquette this weekend. So.
Yeah, that thing's going to take a hit between Marquette and somebody acing that little over the valley shot with a warp speed driver on a 140-foot hole, and Phillips thing at Mulvane with 4 rounds on those holes on real baskets now. So that thing's going to take a hit. So
hopefully somebody does. I mean, we paid it 9 or 10 times last year, so that's it's doing it. So.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Kevin, for coming on and giving us the update.
Not a problem.
We'll have you on here in a few more weeks to give us an update on what's going on KDJ points wise.
Yep, not a problem. I appreciate you guys having me. I think I was looking at my list. That's everything. Just thanks to everybody that ran a food drive, and then everybody, everybody got me the list of names pretty quickly, and makes it real easy to keep track of, and everybody paid up in a timely manner, so that was good for all the discs. So
yes, sir.
So appreciate it. So thank you guys, and hopefully we'll see you this weekend. So
yeah, I think I'll be there. So
all right,
depending on what happens.
I'm tied up. I can't make it, man. I wish I could.
All right.
He's the busiest man in the world.
Are you going to St. Louis next week?
So my days in my days in St. Louis are pretty much over.
Okay.
I'm actually moving into a different role of work. I'm going to be going to the Pacific Northwest a whole bunch this year. So.
Okay. I'm headed that way next week. So all right.
It's a fun drive.
Yep. Thank
you,
guys.
Kev. We'll
appreciate
see you this
it.
Weekend.
Yep. Bye.
Yep. Bye. Okay, Ronnie, you want a little Oz Talk exclusive?
Oz Talk exclusive, sure.
First time this is going out to our tens of fans.
Breaking news. Do I need to sound the breaking news horn?
Breaking news. Mason and I organized all the KDJ food drive discs over the weekend, and due to bad weather, really causing some low turnouts, and losing an event that normally has about 100 players, when we counted up and inventoried all the discs, we had 306 discs left over, and Mike Bailey still had 60 or 70. So we got about 350 discs. So there will be a few food drives this summer, which I think will be a big hit, and try to get rid of some more discs and make some more money for charities. So
okay, nice. That's
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we don't have to stop the the giving process just because the winter's over. I mean, if we've got the opportunity to do it, and we've got some folks that want to step up and do that kind of stuff, that's awesome, man. That is breaking news.
Yep, it's gonna be fun. So we'll see how that all shakes out. So, you ready?
Oh boy, is the Wigs in the fold now?
I see the man in the bottom. We just have to hope his microphone is working. So
let's bring him in.
Let's do it. It's working. I hear him.
Is it working?
Put you in the hot seat. What's up, dude?
What's going on?
What's happening, man?
Man, I don't have a cool backdrop like you guys do, but
I don't get all my trophies are over here off to the side. I don't get to have them behind me, but the garage is cool though. How you been, man? I haven't seen you in forever.
Man, good. Doing some woodworking, building some record storage for our living room. So
cool.
Yeah.
Got quite the vinyl collection, huh?
Yeah, we got a few hundred.
Wow.
Really?
Takes up a lot of space. A lot of weight. So.
Is that a new thing for you? Have you been collecting those for a while?
No, I collected for a long time. I probably had, I don't know, 150 or so, and then my wife, fiance Jeremy, her mom passed, and we got her collection, and she had just like hundreds. So, yeah, we got quite a few.
Nice.
So,
that's cool.
Nice.
We don't quite have room for them all in our storage sections, so we had to build some new storage for them, clean it up.
Sounds awesome, man, and it sounds like right up your guys' alley too.
Listening
to records, yeah. So what's your go-to? If you had to go grab one, what would you be to?
My go-to, Old Man Gloom. I don't know. Supremes. I like some Led Zeppelin, just Black Sabbath.
Just whatever, huh?
Yeah, those are my go-tos.
Right on. Well, I don't know if you've watched the podcast before, but they all start the same way when we bring our guest in. We call it 3 from the T.
3 from the T.
That we do. That we do. If Wiggs has never seen it, he's in for one here.
I don't think I've ever seen one from the start. I popped in here and there, but that's about it.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to get better guests from now on.
I'm telling you.
So Ronaldo asked every guest the same 3 questions. And we got, I mean, dude, you should go back. We've got, what is this? Number 28?
28. Yeah.
So we got 27 different people answering these same 3 questions, and it's been awesome. We've had Harvey on, we've had Bud on.
Those are the 2 I saw.
Yeah,
I didn't see the beginning though, but I popped in for both of those.
We had LeBron, we've had Paulson, we've had a lot of people. So we're working on a really cool guest for the next show, a person that not a lot of people know, but was, from all I can tell, super instrumental in getting the KDGA and disc golf in Wichita going. Mark Jennings is on deck. So
nice.
He wanted to take an extra month off because he wanted to get some stuff to show us. So I'm looking forward to that. I don't know Mark personally, but it's going to be cool. So
I mean, if you took a month to prep, I got 2 days and I did not prep. So
well, at least we can see stuff behind you, man. We love the show and tell. I wish we would have gave you a little more heads up. We could have had you grab a couple of vinyls to show us, because show and tell's our favorite stuff.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if you had a month, we would have got the same Wiggins that we're getting right now.
100%.
So,
all right, Wiggs, you ready for 3 from the T?
Let's go.
Question number 1. Do you remember your first disc, and do you still have it?
I definitely do not still have it. Man, I remember one of my first discs. It was like a white, a wiped stamped, had like a ghost stamp. It belonged to Iqbal. It was a green T-bird. It's like one of my first discs that I could like throw somewhat well. Like I remember when I started like going to Oak Park and like hole 1, being able to like get to the tree line. That was like an accomplishment. Like I made it to the tree line, and yeah, so that it was like a green ghost stamp Iqbal disc, and I saw him once, and I asked him about it, and he said, "No, you can keep it." So,
did you find it or what?
What's that? Yeah. I found it. Yeah, I found it somewhere, and it just said "Ick" on it. You know, like like I don't think it had a phone number or anything. Like, just remember it was a T-bird though, and yeah, loved it. Loved that thing. Wish I still had it.
Well, so do we.
Yeah, we've actually had a couple of the questions that come on this on that one and got to see them, and by guys that have had those discs for
they still have them
30 years or more. So wild, just wild. Very, very cool. Some of the best stories we've heard on this podcast was first disc stories. So it's actually it's been pretty entertaining.
What's the oldest like first disc? Like what's the oldest mold?
Deuce.
You've had some old dudes on here, so
either Deuce or Dennis.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Buddy had an incredible first disc story. Didn't have the first disc, but had one just like it, and I want to say it was it the Eagle?
I think maybe.
Yeah. So, like the original Eagle, what became the Arrow? The Arrow, is that what it ended up becoming?
True story.
So, yeah, Buddy's first. Well, actually, his first one was. I mean, they were playing with just lids, you know, like
they were playing lids and totems, like
regular old whammos, you know, and then so you got to go back if you got to hear that one if you haven't heard. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Right on. So, next question.
Fivesome. You get 4 more dudes to
dream
take
card.
Your dream card. Who you got?
Paul Ulibarri. Probably Simon, just to see him throw. Sorry, we got a special guest.
No,
that's all right.
Man, JD Wyatt. I haven't played around with that guy in years. Loved playing. I played so many rounds with him. I love it. Let's see.
I want to sit in your lap, Daddy.
She wants to sit in your lap, Daddy.
You want to sit in my lap? Love watching Eagle throw. Played with Eagle a few times. Would love to do that again.
And you beat him.
I beat him once. Yeah. Before he was a superstar, but
that was the first time we met him, I think.
It was, man. I was like, we got to the park, you know, in the morning to warm up and stuff, and like we were probably hungover and moving real slow, and then like this kid just like runs up, and they got that like 750-foot dike hole, you know.
Old hole
really,
8.
You gotta throw the ante. You throw the ante over the dike, and he was just like through the like 6 in a row, just like the craziest shots I've ever seen. Like so fast, so high, so perfect. And I was just like, is this guy like playing juniors? Like, and then somehow like putted the best I've ever putted. You know, you get those rounds where you just putt so good, and that was one of those weekends, and somehow beat him by a couple. I think we were like 10 plus ahead of the field. So yeah, it was incredible. But I love watching him play. Man, Kyle Webster would probably be my next one.
That's a good dude, man.
Just love playing rounds with that guy. It's just so much fun. So
yeah,
he'll be a Marquette on Saturday.
He's back on the scene, man. He made an appearance out here at Augusta last week. So
yeah, I heard he showed up at last weekend. What did you guys do? Augusta and
Augusta.
How close are you to being able to play old man's golf with us?
This is the year. I turned 40 this year.
Are you kidding me?
Yep, I turned 40 this year, so.
Oh my God, I'm old.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I've been thinking about that question asked Wiggs like all day, and I'm like, he's gonna say, I still got like 5 more years.
I can't believe that, dude. That's awesome.
No, it's this year. I turned 40.
I want my ice cream.
I've been thinking about it though, and like it doesn't matter because I'm still just gonna be playing against you guys that like beat my butt all the time. Like it's not like the competition gets easier.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't have to play against the kids, but
wait until you look at the world's registration this year and see some of the names that are on there.
Wild.
Yeah. Oh God.
Yeah, it's wild.
Who are the new ones?
Big
Germ, Sexton. A couple more.
I feel like I'm gonna win a world
KJ
title.
Nybo. It's a laundry list, dude, of like legit dudes.
Yeah.
None of them that can probably beat Joe Revere though. Although Joe Revere might be in a little bit of trouble in Minnesota.
Little bit different this year. I mean, had there not been 3 rounds at the mountain, the course up top in Flagstaff, I don't think he'd have won Flagstaff because I beat him one of the 2 rounds at the other park in Flagstaff, and he was pretty middling, like 10th to 15th, like I was over there, where he just beat the brakes off of us. But no, it's going to be a legit list.
Have you guys played with Joe then?
I've never played with Joe. I played right in front of him 3 of the 4 rounds. So I got to see him.
I remember, so I beat Eagle and Hayes, but I remember Joe came to Hayes because Colorado guys, they all come to Hayes. I think he was beating all of us by like 10 or more. And I mean, I hope he's not watching, but just like
not. Don't worry.
How passionate they are. Like, it doesn't matter how much you're winning to some of these people. Like they're so passionate about every shot. Hey, baby. He like chained out like a 25-foot putt and like punched his mini on the ground, and his like knuckles were bleeding, and like it was I was like, dude, it's like I was like super new to playing pro too. Like I hadn't been there that long. I hadn't seen many of that caliber of player, but like just like how like I mean it was intense. But
he is an intense dude. He's a very intense dude,
and he's extremely good.
He's extremely good. Yeah, like just watching him throw shots out there was nuts. I was like, man, I didn't know frisbees flew that way.
Yeah, he threw some shots last year at Country Club that's not.
Hey, can you guys give me like 5 minutes?
Yep.
Dude, if you need to take a break, go ahead. It's okay. We can pass time for a few.
Can you cover me for a few minutes?
Yeah, we got you.
We got you.
Hey, we're dads, man. We get it.
Yeah, you guys are dads. Yeah. All right, I'll be back.
Right. You got it.
Well,
we'll let the wigs break for a minute. We understand. It's all good.
While we're waiting, did you take in any of the Go Throw tour over the weekend?
Man, I tried to watch a little bit of it. I watched some clips, and I tried to sit through some of it yesterday, I believe, maybe today while I was working. Bro, not a chance. I would have played one hole, packed my stuff up, and went home.
Yeah,
100%.
It absolutely looked miserable, and the course was really hard on top of it. But I love the entire concept that those guys are implementing and starting. I mean, what a great way to get some of these superstars on normal courses.
Yeah, I mean it's but it takes like that kind of effort to do it, right? I don't know that without that, those guys are just gonna pick that to be the event in between tour stops.
No,
I think most of them would rather just either take the week off or go prepare, and go prepare for the next event, or find, some free money somewhere, halfway in between. So, I think it's got a chance, man. And their coverage is good. It's not, it's not Jomez, it's not DGPT, but it's close.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see how like the local pros are stacking up against these dudes, and I think that we might see some local badass mix it up with these dudes at one of these tournaments. A Joe Revere type that doesn't play the Disc Golf Pro Tour, he might jump into the Go Throw Tour when it shows up and smoke them.
Well, if they go put one of those events on the mountain somewhere out there in Colorado, you can tell me that guy can't beat everybody,
right?
No matter who shows up. I mean, he's that good, and we know that there's players everywhere that are good, right? You go to a local league night anywhere in this country, and you've got some dude that can walk out there any week and play with the best players in the world if they're on top of their game. So I mean,
for 2 rounds,
yeah. You can do it. I mean, if all you have to do is for one weekend, right? You don't have to do it for 4 rounds against them on the most difficult golf course on the planet. It can. I mean, perfect. We've got a perfect example right here next to us. Our boy Ben nearly won the KC Wide Open when it was a national tour event.
Yes, he did.
Just had to rain that day.
Yeah,
that's my excuse. Like, would have got him.
Which might bring us to this.
Yeah,
favorite disc golf memory. Do we have a future one that's called least favorite disc golf memory?
You can share that in a little bit.
Yeah, man, I'd have to say it was that one. I mean, just Kansas City Wide Open. I think it was 2016.
Yep,
I would think. That was the year I quit my job. I was like just playing disc golf. Like I went to the Memorial, the Nick Hyde Memorial. Just hit a bunch of national, just big tournaments back then. They didn't have the tour that they have today. It was a little bit different back then. I think it was just right on the edge of happening. But yeah, just played. Blue Valley has always been like my nemesis. Like I've never played a good round at Blue Valley. And just, I think like hole 1, I made like a 40-foot death putt for like a birdie or a par. And then hole 2, I like hit the tree and then fell next to the basket and made a 30-foot death putt for a birdie. And then like I threw like a crazy flick on one of those valley holes. It's like 4 or 5, I think. But like my second shot was like crazy flick and then made a 40-50 foot putt on like where it's on the mound and like into like a headwind, and it was just like everything was going in, like everything was floating in. It was like, man, this game's easy. And of course like that had like kicked my butt, like you just like one bad move there and like it just makes it so hard. And then but by the end of it I didn't like finish the round super well, but I think I was still in second after it, and I was just like, I don't know, just kind of like crazy. I was playing with Nico, and I remember like Nico talking to Terry and being like, man, I feel like I'm like watching something special right now, and I was just like, like it was just happening. It was just such a crazy weekend, and it continued, like all those things just kept happening, like the disc just flew right and the putts all just went in, like you have those weekends and had one at the right moment. And then the last day, it rained and I've never cause I don't have like good footing when I play. I slip a lot, especially when it rains. I think I fell down like 3 or 4 times on the tee pads, and Ricky's probably the opposite. I don't know what they put on their shoes, but like Ricky doesn't care about the rain. Like he just doesn't care. He's like so fast and he just like goes and he's to the tee box before anybody's done playing the hole. And then he just throws and parks it and just like moves on like it's not raining. It's insane. Like he's got to be the best. Andrew Presnell, probably that another one that comes to mind, but like just like the best bad weather players, you know.
Let's just take a look at that leaderboard from that KCY, and it was 2016.
Yeah.
Obviously, you talked about Ricky. Ricky did end up winning the golf tournament, right? The weather came in. Unfortunately, it didn't go well for you that day, but you still held on for second place, right? So Ricky wins, world champion. Third place, you remember who was third?
Didn't somebody come back? The guy, older dude from Florida,
Johnny McRae. Johnny McRae,
yeah,
world champion.
He came back in
fourth place. Cameron Todd, world champion. Tied for fourth place. Nate Doss, world champion. That's your top five. You know, you sprinkle in some Jeremy Collings and some Eagles and some Philos the rest of the way down, but
I wouldn't even playing with any of those guys. I think I'm trying to think of the last card. I think Nico was still left there on the last card. I think maybe Philo was on there on that final card. Like, but yeah, man, playing in the rain is just rough, especially at Swope on the rope. Like, it's not easy. It's not easy when it's dry, and when it's raining, it's like, man, it's difficult. 100%. But Ricky just like doesn't care. Just like, I didn't notice that it was raining.
And if you were Philo and Nico in the rain, that was probably a drag of a round, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, I was like so like on cloud nine, and just like I think I had like 3 caddies with me. I had like somebody holding the umbrella, and somebody was like drying disc, and somebody was like carrying my bag. Like McCabe was carrying my bag, and Junod's drying my disc, and somebody's carrying an umbrella. Like, it was nuts, man. Like to get that kind of like love and support, like while you're like doing what everybody wants to do, you want to battle with the best, you know. Like it was like super cool to be there and see all the love. It was amazing. It was something else.
Yeah, I remember. I think you could watch. Somehow I was seeing scores. I don't know if it was afterwards or what, but I don't think there was any live scoring of any kind at that point. But I remember looking at the results, and I think maybe Eric was telling me what was going on. Jamie Harris played a few holes with him, your first tournament, or his first tournament. So, yeah. So how'd you find disc golf, Wiggs? I don't know the answer to that.
Man, I was going to college. I was a music major, and then I just had some friends, and like they were like, "Man, you ever heard of?" We were just hanging out, and they were like, "You ever heard of disc golf?" So no, I have no idea. Like, and they were like, "It's like golf, but you throw frisbees." And they had like this. It wasn't a disc. It was like a catch. It was like a sprint catch, cheap plastic frisbee. And they were like, yeah, it was like they had some like land in their backyard, like, so like, oh yeah, it was like we're all just gonna like throw this disc to that hole or to that tree, and then we did that, and I was like, this actually sounds pretty cool, and then they took me out for the first time, and they, you know, they're pretty cool. As Josh Sklazian and Ben Mayhew were the first 2 guys that took me out. Josh and Adam, they played a lot. They played your Rock Buzz challenge. I think they both aced, maybe. But they just took me out there and like put some disc in my hand, hold one at oak, and showed me how to hold the disc and how to throw it. And like, I didn't throw it like 60 feet in the air. It like went somewhat in the right direction. So yeah, that's how I started, and then we just kept going, and man, I got hooked.
Happens. Is that how you met Crispin, or did you know Crispin before disc golf?
So I used to be in a band, and Crispin used to run Headway Skate Park here, and they would have shows, and like we played there several times. He like made some shirts for our band at some point, and then like I was just like at Hole 1 at Oak one day, and like it was like him and Bo. Like I knew who he was, or we knew each other somewhat, I think, but then we just started playing, and then met him mainly just at Hole 1 at Oak. And they were throwing wolves and stuff in like Lawrence Dumont's parking lot. I think he used to live over there, and they were just like throwing wolves into like milk cartons, like milk baskets, like before they even went to go to the course. They were already doing that. So when they got there, like it was like day one was just like shredding it. I'd been playing for a minute, I was like, I'm feeling pretty good about myself. I was probably like intermediate, middle intermediate stage, and thought I was getting better. And then they just like come out there on the first time, and they're just like like banging like 30-foot putts and stuff. I was like, what the hell's going on? So, yeah. It was like naturals, man. They just like came out and they were like instantly good. Like, wow. Yeah.
Well, I got two good Wiggins stories. I'm wondering if you know either of them off the top of your head. My two.
You want me to guess what they are?
See if you can guess one of them.
Millbrook.
Oh no, not that putt. I hate that putt.
Is that one of the?
That's not one that I like. That
story. Millbrook hole going in the last hole, but he's like, "Well, I pretty much got a first or second locked down. You guys are like, you three are like gonna be like third or worse." And then Smitty puts it like, I don't know, 20 feet. I'm like 70 feet. And somehow I make my putt. He misses his putt. I did be tied or something. I don't know. Like,
it was a three-way tie, wasn't it?
Three-way tie for second. Like thought he had a lockdown.
I still remember that run you did from that putt. But no, that's not one of my Wiggins memories that I want to remember.
It's a good one though. I like that one.
Wiggins
I wouldn't want to remember that one either.
Wiggins did the funniest thing I've ever seen on a disc golf course.
Oh God, Peabody?
Yes, dude. My gut still has a little cramp from laughing. We I don't know what we were doing and why we were doing it, but we were out there, and somehow we got onto this left-handed flick contest. And Wiggins ran up there like he knew what he was doing, and full commitment to just this ugliest left-handed flick you've ever seen, and it blew up the tee sign like this far from his hand. Everybody was on the ground laughing. It was so awesome.
I thought I had it, man. I was going to park that hole.
Yeah. That memory comes up once in a while on my Facebook page.
Yeah, same here. It's just like a T post with a number 9 on it. It's like split down the middle. Like,
yeah, it was so hilarious. But my other one, I'm sure you know it too. It's like one of the only times I've ever seen you mad, and you were mad at me.
I was mad at you?
Yes. Yeah. For like 10 seconds, and then you got over it like classic Wiggins. But it was during the doodah. And you were
the car?
Yeah.
Brutal, man. I think that's like the last time I played pretty good.
And I wasn't even playing. I was just there watching. But Wiggins threw on hole 16. And it was muddy. It was crappy.
15, right? 15.
Yes, 15. My bad.
Yeah.
And he was down there left, and the pin was in the long spot. And he took a while to get down there. And finally, he was getting ready to throw. And I'm up on the road just sitting there. And I see this car coming. And Wiggins is like getting ready to run up. So I was in limbo. What am I supposed to do? Don't throw, Wiggins! But I didn't. because I didn't want him to go, what? Shank it and be mad at me for sure. He throws, clears the hill, perfect. This thing is humming. Boom, blows up the car. Mid-tournament. Smitty, where you? Yeah, you were so pissed at me.
Man, I was mad. I just like heated. Like I threw. So like I'm a pretty aggressive player generally. I threw a suspect off that tee pad. So like I was playing conservative. I was like did the right thing, landed in an okay spot, and then like felt like I pured my second shot.
You did,
and then just to like hit a car, I was like so disappointed. It's like I'm never playing safe again. Like never throwing a safe shot ever again. Like
it's not worth it.
I have a Wiggins story too. We were playing in Manhattan one year, Little Apple Open. Only time I've ever played this tournament, by the way. I'm still scarred.
It scars me every time, man.
Just raining to no end, right? And I don't like, and like Wiggins, you talk about not like playing the rain. I hate playing in the rain. We dealt with it all day. I played absolutely terrible all day, had zero fun. I think we're playing maybe on the second card or something together. Wiggins hadn't played great either. And we get to the last hole, and I don't remember what happened, like what it was or something, man. But like I go to run up and I slip, right? So this is the last hole of the golf tournament. I run up and I slip and I about fall down, and I go back and I start again, and I run up and slip and I almost fall down again. And then I turn around. I'm just going to like throw the Frisbee, right? Because I'm just irritated. I'm so pissed. I just want to throw this thing and be done. So I just turn around and kind of whip around. And I'm going to throw it overhand, trip, fall over everything. Disc goes 30 feet the wrong direction. And Wiggs was like, I'm pretty sure that was a foot fault. I was like, you can stroke me 37 shots here. I don't care. I just get me the hell off this golf.
I think it's because you get to like rethrow your shot, right? Like at that time, like
at that time you would have.
I was trying to do you a favor, man. I was like,
it was so deadpan though. It's because he waited for me to like get up, come back, wait for the next person to throw. He's like, I'm pretty sure that was a foot fault. What are you gonna do?
It just you describing it sounds like a foot fault. So.
I guarantee it was. I was probably 8 feet in front of the tee before I let go of it.
Man, you guys ever call people on a foot fault?
I have.
Yeah,
I've never called one in my life.
It never goes well.
It never did. I called Jonesy back to back. Maybe back to back to back. I think it was at where's Disc Unlimited? That's
Harrington.
Yeah, Harrington. It's like when you're wrapping around the baseball field, you got that like straight line down you got the trees on your right and then the fence on your left, and you're throwing that straight line. Yeah, I mean, we're talking like this far past the line though. Like 3 times in a row. I felt super bad afterward. I feel super bad today. For it. Man, it was super awkward and like, but it was just like, it's so blatant. I was like, man, that's so far past it. Like, I don't remember who else was on the card, but I was like, how is nobody else? Like, nobody cares about the rules. Like, everybody just lets the rules slide. You know, you don't want that. You don't want that.
Awkward.
You don't want to be in that situation. Like, it sucks.
Yeah, for sure. We've actually talked about this on the other pods, multiple times on stuff like that. I wouldn't have any problem making that call. I just don't think I've ever seen it where it was like, there's no question, where it's late. Because for me, I mean, I don't have instant replay. I don't know. I mean, I try to pay attention as much as I can, but I also like to try to zone out a little bit in between shots and kind of, not have that 100% laser focus all the time. I can't do that for 36 holes or else I'll drive myself crazy. But I guess I've just never seen one that was so egregious that I had to call.
It's just so far. I felt bad. I was like, doesn't matter. Should I do this? But just in the moment, I did it. So, speaking of that, yeah, I remember my first pro win.
What was it? Because I know.
I don't remember what year that was, but the Doodah, maybe PDGA pro win. I don't know, but I was playing like with like Josh Crowell and it's like 3 Okies, like 3 dudes from Coda, Hatfield,
Cody Custard, bro.
Jared Pennington.
Okay.
Now
the Coda
that's not right. What's that?
They called him the KDGA.
The KDGA. Those 3 Okies, right? And I was playing with all 3 of them, and man, they throw far. They're doing like crazy stuff, and Ronnie told me, hey man, just like play your game, don't watch them. Like just like don't pay attention to what they're doing. They're gonna they're gonna throw really far. They're gonna like make really good putts and stuff. And I basically did that, other than a couple shots, but and it worked out. And then Coda got a super bad break on hole 17. They painted the line like a foot above the riverbank, and he was over the line. So you got a bad break there, but ended up, tying him and then winning. But I just remember you telling me like, hey man, just like don't watch them, don't pay attention to what they're doing, focus on your game. And like it worked. Like that's what I did. Like just tried to put what they were doing out of my mind. Like dude threw a buzz like 400 feet dead straight, 30 feet in the air over a tree. I saw it, but I was like,
well, any of us who played with you when you were coming up through the ranks knew that you were going to be a stud, man. I mean, we all watched you kick our butts, on league nights and goof off rounds out the course. So we all knew it was coming, and those dudes aren't heroes by any means. And yeah, especially at a course that you know how to play and it fits your game style. I was glad you got it. Now there was a bunch of wins after that. So yeah, that was cool, man.
A lot of second places, but to you guys in particular, but
that dude, I ended up missing that playoff by 1. I had played like an idiot that 3rd round and had fallen from the league card all the way down to like 6th or 7th place. And then, of course, popped off a hot round and missed the playoff by 1.
I'm still inside.
We need to go inside.
I wish I had.
We need to go inside.
You wish you had a 3-year-old just like.
Hey man, I'm
great.
I'm considerably older than you, buddy. So.
You say hi, Smitty.
Hey.
You're a cutie. You know that.
You tell them when your birthday is.
Birthday's on March 16th.
Whoa, that's coming up, dude.
That's coming up pretty soon, I think. How old are you going to be?
That's ready.
How many? You got to show the camera. Get in the camera.
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you going to get a pony?
Yeah.
I think you should get a pony.
You think you should get a pony too?
Shall we play a game? Shall we play a game? Shall we play a game?
You got time for a game, Wiggs, before you have to go in?
I got time for a quick game. Yeah, what do we got?
Sure. All right. Well, dude, I like to we like to have a little fun. All right. We like to have a little fun. We got your daughter out here. Perfect time to have some fun.
Cool.
So we got the Wiggs game. So it's you against Smitty, but everything is about you. Okay. Well, sort of. So question number 1, higher or lower? So the all-time highest rating by any player is 1061.
Hey, Daddy.
What I want to know
Daddy.
is Wiggins' highest round. Is that over or under Paul McBeth's career rating or career high rating of 1061?
Higher. Like my that rating is higher than McBeth's actual
your highest
rating.
round is higher than McBeth's best rating.
I think so.
I agree.
Yeah, I think he got to like 1058 or something. Like
No. McBeth's highest rating was 1061. Are you higher? Is your career best round higher or lower than 1061?
Oh, higher.
Yeah, it's higher.
It is higher. 1062 career high round.
Oh, I thought it was 1065.
Where was that at? Dalhart?
That was at
KC Wide Open.
I was at KC Wide Open. That's correct.
The Blue Valley round?
That might have actually been a different year where I sucked and had a hot one.
No, I think it was that year. I think it was the middle round. Hold on.
Was it?
It was. You're right. It was the next year, round
It was the next
3.
year. I didn't play that well, but I had a hot one. Yeah, and I think that was 1065, my highest rated round.
1062 it went official.
1062. Okay, yeah, they made adjustments afterwards.
All right. So we know Wiggins that year in 2016 decided to go out and tour a little bit, and your rating. We know what happens to ratings when we get our best players out there touring a little bit. So over or under, Wiggins got his rating, his best rating ever, to 1006. Over or under?
Oh, over.
Under.
It's over.
Under.
Final answers? Over. Wiggins hit 1009.
What?
That year for a rating in April of 2018. 1009. Held that 1,000 rating. Held that 1,000 rating for well over a year and a half.
Playing those big tournaments back then really was.
And you played a lot of them that
year. Man, but you had to play well. Like if you did not play well, you did not get good ratings.
Right. But if you did play well, not awesome, but just a good round.
You had to play good, man.
What the heck? That was awesome.
I don't think it was like how everybody pictures it. It's like where you go out there, you shoot a mediocre round, and somehow you end up with like 1,000 rated round. Like,
still got to play good.
I felt like, man, you had to play really good, like to get that good round. Like, I don't know, like maybe the spread was bigger or something. But
all right. Ben shares
2-1.
2-1. Yeah.
Just making sure you know.
I got that.
Ben shares a last name with another famous disc golfer, David Wiggins Jr. Right?
Price is say Chris Wiggins. Go ahead.
Price is Right style. Ben will go first since he's trailing. Actually, he'll go second because he's trailing. Because that's the more advantageous position in the Price is Right. Price is Right style. How many PDGA sanctioned wins does David Wiggins have?
1, 2, 3.
Oh, well, he won a gazillion events as a junior, multiple worlds as a junior. I would say David Wiggins Jr. has 120 PDGA wins.
Man, that's how many?
120.
119. No, wait. If I go over, do I
$1?
Do I bust? If I go over, do I bust?
Yeah. You want to take? If you want the under, just go ahead and take
one. I think David Wiggins Jr. has 1 PDGA win.
Mr. Ben Wiggins is going to win this. David Wiggins Jr. has 46 wins.
That's crazy.
46 wins. That surprised me. That one really surprised me.
He probably played a lot of maybe advanced and maybe even pro as a kid.
I played with him at 09 Worlds. I didn't play with him. I played against him. I played a couple of practice holes with him. And, man, his, like, arm speed is insane. It's unreal. He's got a weird form. Like, he's not kind of, like, smooth like everybody else where they, like, kind of get back there. Like, he's, like, in like, his pocket. And he, like, does this, like, he reaches back really fast, too, and then comes forward really fast. Like, it's a really quick.
all power.
Jerk movement. Yeah, it's nuts, man.
That guy's just a
he throws
stallion. Yeah.
Not part of the game. Who do you think right now has a higher rating? Smitty or David Wiggins Jr.?
Oh, God. David Wiggins Jr.
Smitty Kurt. Well, I'll tell you what Smitty is right now. What are you, 991 right now?
Yeah. Well, no, there might have been a rating update today. I haven't looked.
Oh, there could have been.
Oh, I didn't see the rating update. Let me change my answer.
It is Smitty.
It's Smitty?
David Wiggins Jr. and we are within 1. He is currently.
Yeah, man. We took similar turns. Where Wiggins is, so we eventually gave up on our disc golf dreams and started doing other stuff. I guess I don't know.
That dude lives on a boat.
Dude lives on a boat.
Yes.
In Tennessee or something.
I think it's Alabama, maybe
Louisiana, maybe
somewhere in that.
Somewhere on the Gulf of America.
He lives on a boat.
All right, last question. Oh, Smitty got. I bet I didn't get none. I had a bad tournament in Newton, so I don't want to look at mine.
Well, yeah, what's yours, Ronnie?
Like 990.
You can't even find mine. So
yeah, you're not a member.
I think 947 or it wasn't good.
That's there's no way that's accurate. Okay, last question. Every answer is worth 1 point, so it's 2-2, but this thing is far from over. So I compiled a list of the top 10 most career starts in PDGA events in the state of Kansas. I want you to take turns naming those 10 players.
Oh my God.
Wiggins, you're first. You get to go first again.
Top 10 most PDGA starts in Kansas.
You know all these people. I promise you.
All of them.
So all the events are in Kansas, or these are Kansas?
These had to be Kansas held PDGA events.
Top 10.
I go first.
You go first.
Buddy Kastner.
Nope.
Negative.
Christopher Michael Smith.
Christopher Michael Smith is number 2.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me. My real name is
I was
Chris.
going to guess you first, but I thought that was kind of like a cheap move, So
no, take the cheap moves. That's how you win. Go ahead.
Kevin Babbitt.
Yes.
Kevin Babbitt is number 8. Number 8.
Barely got
Eric McCabe.
Ooh.
Shockingly is not on the list.
Well, because he played a lot outside of Kansas.
Correct.
And he didn't play like a ton of smaller events, he didn't play like a ton of smaller events. Man, Ron Converse Jr.
Ron Converse Jr. is number 6.
Not even from Kansas. I feel like that's extra points.
It's not the way the game works, Wiggs. But Wiggs now leads 4-3.
I feel like they're not all going to be old people, just to let you know, Wiggs. Give me
I don't know the young ones that play all the time.
Give me I'll go Bruce Hudson.
I was going to do Bruce.
Not on the list.
Oh.
Mr. Wiggins.
Sorry.
Man.
Wiggs has pants to change, it sounds like.
Man, who else do you see at every event? Always.
5.
PDJ event.
4.
Every PDJ event. Does myself count?
Yeah,
surely not.
Ben Wiggins is number. This everything is about you, Wiggs. Yes, Ben Wiggins is number 6.
What?
Number
wow.
6. Ron Converse was number 7. Excuse me. Ben Wiggins number 6. 117 PDJ events in the state of Kansas.
Wow, that's great.
That took some research, I think.
Yeah. Let's see.
Statmando, dude. Awesome.
Statmando. Is that the AI of stats?
The AI of disc golf stats.
Well, if we're going Wiggins, let's go. How about his sidekick, Crispin?
Man, that was going to be.
At number 5, Crispin Carrasco.
I just want to say that it's crazy that we're 5 and 6.
and haven't played in a while.
And there wasn't
Haven't
a
played
million
in a while.
events.
Like, and there was so much before us. Like, it really like shows. Like, sorry,
Yeah,
man.
but-
I got. Can we take 5?
Yeah,
We're all but done here. We're all but done.
just give us
All
the
right.
list.
All right, we'll now that Wiggs is ahead, we'll just let him win. 7-5. Number 1, Shane Chrysler,
Wow.
What?
173 events. Isaiah Esquivel, number 3. Keenan Ford, number 4. Jake Lazo, number 9.
Jake
And
Lazo.
Elliot DeLong, number 10.
Crazy. All right.
All right,
Hey,
man.
I love you guys.
Having you on,
We're good.
brother.
We'll let you.
Hey.
We'll let you go take care of your dad duties, buddy.
Great talking to you.
Hey,
Bye,
thanks for being
See
on,
ya.
Wiggs.
All right, see you guys.
Oh man.
We've all been there.
Hey, I would not have handled it as well as that dude did.
He just kept right on chugging, man.
That would have been so stressful to me. But that's one thing about Wiggs, man. That dude is just always cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, very much so. Always loved getting to play with Wiggs. Got to play. I mean, we played a ton of casual golf, obviously, together, and then quite a few tournaments too. But he actually got good when I was not playing anymore. So I didn't get to play with him when he was superstar in it, and one of the best players literally anywhere out there. So
yeah, he was a stud. So, and he's in the Masters ranks now. So maybe that'll motivate him a little bit to get out there. I mean, I guess I should have realized that since JD is Masters, but I guess I still look at Wiggins as like a kid. I guess that's how old I am.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you, man. When I planned on asking that question, how long before? Well, I didn't think I wasn't sure if he would be able to play 40 before I could play 50, and I was thinking that's probably about the time as I'll turn 50, about when he turns 40. I didn't realize he was already pushing that 40-year-old group, man. That's we could have a pretty good little 40-year-old group if everybody over 40 played 40 in Kansas.
Well, Wiggins might be a good pickup for somebody's team.
Yeah,
he could be their pro 40 guy.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, he can still play
for sure.
I wish I did want to ask him. The only thing I didn't get to ask him is I know he's got a lot going on, man, and life gets busy when you get married and you start having a family and that kind of stuff. And that's what keeps me away from the golf course as much. I mean, I'd like to be more. It's just not feasible. But I'd like to know if he plans to come back to us at some point, and once his daughter starts to grow up or whatever. I know he still comes out and plays with us at the Wample every year, and it's cool seeing him then. Yeah.
He probably played Colwich League 8 to 10 times last year. He would just show up on Tuesdays. So he'll still be around and come out. But yeah, man, that was fun talking with that dude.
Yeah, especially dude like you and I. We've spent a ton of time with that guy, so it's we know him extremely well.
I had a couple things I wanted to talk to him about too. One time he and I were coming back from Joplin, and Chris Clemens just annihilated us. So we had this. We probably talked about this for an hour and a half. How left-handed people had reverse spin and the spin of the earth, and how it all combined to make them better at disc golf. we went for an hour and a half, just down the road. So I've had some fun times traveling with Wiggins. We were coming back from Dalhart once, and I don't know if you know where Dalhart, Texas is.
Nowhere.
We drove right through it when we went to Arizona.
Yep.
But we're somewhere between Liberal and Wichita, and we're just seeing this huge lightning. We're like, the rain is so hard we can't even hardly see the road, and we're just cruising down the road. We're just talking. We don't have the radio on, nothing, neither one of us phones, nothing. And I get home and come to find out, we just drove right beside a tornado. Like it was just not very far from us. And so
chugging on. chugging on.
Yes, sir. So, all right, dude. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I'll get on Mark Jennings a little bit, and we'll see if we can get him ready to go next month. And if not, we'll find somebody. So if anybody wants to recommend somebody to have on the show, we're always welcome those recommendations. Just hit us up and say, hey, we'd like to see so and so. We wanted to maybe get Jack Two-Way on here at some point. Who else had we talked about? We'd love to get Harv and Bud on again for sure.
I would almost like to get a couple of those guys on together, right? Yeah, we got to have Harv again for sure. I mean, there's just too many good stories to hear to only let him be on one time.
Right. So cool, man. All right. Well, I'm gonna go, and I'll see you not this weekend, but next weekend for sure.
Absolutely, I'll be there.
All right, dude. Later, man. Thanks everybody for checking us out.
Appreciate it.